It's time for part 62 of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
You know, seeing as though we just got off doing a Life is Strange part, I can imagine them doing a Phoenix Wright Life is Strange style game.
We kind of got that with Ghost Trick.
A little bit.
Life is already strange in this
And also
universe.
murdered soul suspect, that kind of.
I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Again.
You don't mean to do a lot of things, Mr. Wright, but you still do it.
Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours.
You're an accident waiting to happen, right?
That's one game you
but
should
not
totally
interrupting
get
anything,
in,
pals.
or for the channel, Jova. Murdered Soul Suspect, because I'm sure you'll like that game.
Do not.
A lot.
Oh,
Oh.
yes, I am. I'll come back later.
Oh, Detective Gumshoe!
Wait, get
What
back
is
here.
Boo.
You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty.
We had this conversation.
Top it off,
yeah.
you called me here.
Yes,
I've
I'm
seen
getting
empty
deja
people at
vu.
funerals.
I take it Lana's having you run errands again.
Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial.
Law 101.
It's for everything.
No, that's basically what it is, Dwips. Law 101.
Yeah. I'm sure you know the two rules of evidence law, don't you, right?
Is
Rule
Lana,
number one,
is Lana
evidence shall be
insulting
shown by the
Phoenix?
approval of the police department.
Is Lana insulting Phoenix like, these are the rules, stupid.
Yeah.
These are...
You'd think Phoenix would already know this by heart.
You could at least study some evidence law.
Even Emma's saying it.
Really?
A lawyer who doesn't know
The
evidence
prosecutor
law.
also wanted me to
I
give you
guess
a
it
message.
must be easy
Phoenix?
to get a lawyer in Japan. I guess it must be easy to become a lawyer in Japan.
Phoenix?
Yes.
Yes?
If you don't know this by, say, some point in 2019, you're fucked.
Don't worry, I'll know it all well by this court case, actually. I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read.
Yeah.
Final for the trial?
How exactly did you pass lawyering school exactly?
How did you pass the
Doesn't look
ball?
like that book will do any good now, though.
Well, I passed the bar, but I didn't remember everything.
Maybe by
But this is-
maybe by passing the bar, he actually meant he just passed the
That's
bar
left
on the way
now
to
is
the
the
trial.
chief prosecutor's
I got-
sentence.
I got the marker drunk.
That's where you're wrong, Detective.
Huh?
Haven't you figured it out yet?
No, figured out what?
Gosh, you're
Why
so
I'm
slow.
still sitting in that prosecutor's seat?
Because it's comfy.
Despite all these allegations being thrown at me?
Oh, so, what's his name?
Edgeworth?
What's
the real
the...
trial today hasn't begun yet.
Sorry, what's his,
What? What else is there left to do?
what's the... sorry, I've forgotten. What's
Your
the big
credibility
guy's...
is being all but ruined when it's
Sorry,
forged
yeah.
evidence you were aware of. Sorry.
Type it in text, Wibs.
Emma Sky has found out she's unwittingly caused a man's death.
Eh,
And now, you're telling me you want to do more. You gotta be kidding me, pal.
I'm sure he's tired of this shit.
you're missing the point, Detective.
Anyone will be after this case.
Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh?
She merely stuck a knife into his already dead body. That means the real killer is still out there.
I remember now. Gant hasn't really...
It was Edgeworth. Totally Edgeworth.
What?
Gant hasn't suspended Edgeworth because he's a spineless prick who doesn't back up his threats.
And we're going to expose him, no matter what it takes.
Phoenix, what kind of exposed do you mean?
Justice kind. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring
Everyone
it to
is
an
getting-
end.
Mind this particular LP.
All right, just real quickly before we get to this, that thing he's Gumshoe said with happier people at funerals shit. That's actually a common gag we have here in Portugal. Like for example, like my friend's poetry sucks so bad. Like my friend's comedy writing sucks so bad. I've seen funnier things at funeral scripts.
The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh
people
penalties.
people use that
Ouch.
here too. Not as
Thank
often,
you
but
for the news, Your Honor.
Yes, well,
Poor Edgeworth.
I have been at funnier funerals than anything this thing writes,
Oh,
including
this
my
is-
mother's.
Normally, this is where the prosecution calls for witness. But,
You okay, Aji?
back off. This isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that Mr. Edgeworth may have,
Struck a bargain.
yeah. He bought my gavel for $5.
You think I may have manipulated the witnesses?
I didn't say that!
You were thinking it.
It's just, you see, everyone has been talking, and,
Very well, Your Honor.
You're fired.
hey, I'm the judge here, you're fired.
I have a solution.
A solution?
That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses.
We're in such good hands.
What? But there's never been a case example.
Actually, Judgy, try
Undeniably,
some...
this is an unusual arrangement. And you know, a thing that actually would work over in the American court system was a very effective one. Oh wait, that's right, we're in a dystopian future.
Yeah.
It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. That reminds me, I need to bring up that article talking about how screwed up Japan's law system is. Did you know that pretty much like only around a number of 13 defense attorneys there have actually ever really been successful and won more than 3 cases in real life?
Jesus.
Pretty much Phoenix is their hero when you think about it.
Then it's
Capcom may have unintentionally saved Japan.
the defense may now call forth the next witness.
Mr. Wright.
Huh?
You do realize this
I'm
is
your
your
witness?
last chance.
I thought you said call forth all.
witness.
Hang on. You said call forth all
You're
witnesses, not call forth one more witness.
Allow me to explain, Lips. If you call forth the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls. The time's finally come to bring out the real
not true.
murderer.
It's the judge.
It's not
Fuck
because
you.
you. It can't be good, Ben.
Pick the judge.
Take that,
I know you can't pick the judge.
Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon
Wait.
Gant to the stand.
Wait.
So you're literally summoning a demon
Demon
to
Gant?
testify.
What does he have to do with anything?
Wait. Damon Gant is the villain. I must have missed something, guys. Can you catch me up? Put me up to speed.
Don't quote me on this, Mr.
Yeah,
Duarte.
he's one
but
of
I
the
have a
kindest,
hunch.
gentlest
Well,
souls I've
Trevor,
ever seen in a
Pedro-
video game.
Pedro is right. With such an appearance, he looks so legit. I mean,
As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse, warming
Guys,
up
he's running-
courtroom
he's
number
running away.
1. He
Well,
would also be the
to
least
be-
likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? Yes,
Guys,
Pedro?
guys, he's running away. Get him.
Well, Teo, to give Shutakumi some credit, Damon Gant is still more subtle than Seymour.
All right.
Yeah.
Bailiff, please
Yeah,
escort
true.
Mr. Gant to the stand.
When
so
I showed,
Dweebs, you may say he's faster than lightning.
Well,
When I showed a picture of Damon Gant to Alice, she didn't think that he looked like particularly evil in any way. She just thought he looked very higher up on the ranking.
exactly. That's the idea with Damon Gant. He appears very powerful in structure. It's later where he shows us
Which
some
he
of his
is.
suspicious side, where, you know,
Honestly,
that's when you're supposed to
Jova,
become
when I
suspicious
first
of
played
him.
this game, the very moment he appeared on screen, I immediately called it that I was right, honestly.
Well, of course.
Yeah,
You're
I
an
mean-
occupation.
Based on video game logic, I look at him and I say, "You're an ass, aren't you?"
Yeah. So, you want to play hardball, eh? Basically, it's a matter of how you like to get first impressions. You may
Please,
find
Mr.
him, of course he's the bad guy, or you may think, maybe he'll be a good guy, he's just stoic. So yeah, fair enough. Anywho, my name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony. All righto, what's with the grim face?
Hey Shira, try to guess whether that guy is either a good guy or a bad guy.
First,
Give me your
let's
honest
clear up
guess.
this
Oh,
SL9 incident.
okay, 1 second.
Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered the prosecutor? Personally, I think it's
The
made pretty
image is
clear
loading.
already. Emma killed him, and Lana killed Goodman to keep it all a secret.
Wow, you got it all figured out, haven't you, Ganty?
Well, Of course, I didn't become chief of police for
Wow.
nothing. Oh, and like what? Like the role you played in all of this.
Roll what?
Well, you're evil, aren't you?
Either
Yep.
you're very brave or very foolish.
That's the villain of Final Fantasy X.
Okay.
You know, I had a colleague of mine whose daughter once called, "You're very foolish, fool who fools foolish things."
Actually, wait. How exactly are you related to Manfred von Karma?
He's a colleague of his.
Oh,
Which reminds me
I'm
of another
guessing,
thing I wanted to
Karma bought-
ask.
Oh, I'll tell you that later,
It's
Tio.
not related.
When it gets-
Oh, sorry.
When it gets brought up, I'll tell you.
I'm guessing Von Karma
No,
brought
it's
some
not
random
related
kid
to
to
Von Karma,
work,
but
could bring your
the
daughter
chief
to
of
work
police
today,
has
and
the-
Damon Gant's just a bad
The
influence on him.
chief of police has the right to refuse to testify.
Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't
You see,
worry, I'm not here to get into your trouble.
have a heart of gold. It's Damon Gant's fault that I went the deep end.
Or Minori may
Aww.
Anywho, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you.
Very well. The witness may now begin his testimony.
So, yeah. Here goes.
Okay. Here's my
Soul
question.
9 instance.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
As
as
I
we know, like case. Oh, go ahead. Go to testimony.
As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. The power outage didn't help either. And I went to my office. I found Milana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with this forgery. Alright, Tio, what do you have to ask?
That was an
Okay.
incredibly vague testimony.
As we know by case 2, Mr. White knew pretty much everything about
And that's
this
what he
case.
had to threaten Lana with, of course, during Turnabout Sisters.
That's my question. Why didn't Gant try to dispose of him earlier, knowing he could have been a risk?
Oh, well, apparently Gant probably knew about that, and, well, at the time, it probably
Like,
didn't
I
really...
can imagine at the time for Phoenix, he would just say, "Oh, it's convenient. Phoenix will dispose of him in this particular trial." But couldn't he have had, couldn't be the risk great enough for him to intervene before that?
My guess is that Damon Gant
Especially
had...
because, remember, Mr. White was pretty much a wild card. For all we know, he could have blackmailed the police entirely for that.
Yeah, that too. Basically, we can chalk it up to either he's blackmailing the entire police force, or Damon Gant simply didn't know that Red White knew about it, but Lana did, and basically Red White would have threatened Lana if she told Damon Gant with, well, you know, the very information he held in his hands.
Okay.
I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. I get it from my father's side. He's a bit Portuguese. After winning his award, Neil was shining like never before. That's
Was
probably what
fired up
spooked
too.
Doc and made him run away like that. Was the defendant, Mama Sky, also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Doc ran for it. Lucky. Make a long story short, we slipped up. The power outage didn't help either. Hold it! So the two of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right. But Doc made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky. What's this about a power outage? Oh,
Power outages are incredibly common in this universe, don't you know?
The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Before me was the devil. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went into his heart, though. Besides, that devil was actually rather boring. Turned out to just be a papier-mâché thing made by some Shyamalan guy.
Yeah.
Hold it! Ignoring Shyamalan, could you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight.
Funny.
Neil
because
and that
he's black.
serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together.
You.
Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor. Well, yes. Apparently, he hit his head and was knocked out.
Ow.
Next to them were those two poor girls. Lana and Emma.
The Sky Sisters.
Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done.
Da-da-da.
Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. Hold it!
Hold it.
How can you know that? Because of the victim's body. It had already been moved. So that means you found
Welcome
the
to the-
body near Lana's desk.
Welcome to the Jovahexeon show.
That's right.
You're just jealous.
I think you said earlier. It was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor.
Let's
No, no, no.
let the armor testify.
No.
Yes.
He was hiding in the armor and then stabbed him on purpose.
Well, if ice
What
cream
is
can
this,
testify,
Scooby-Doo?
I suppose a suit of armor can.
Anyway,
See, Mana
Let's see.
agrees.
Yes.
nothing to do with the forgery.
Hold it. Oh,
You're presenting something.
the badge.
Objection!
One day the badge is going to be a legit answer.
You claim you had nothing to
Someday.
do with the forgery, but I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up.
Oh.
Explain yourself.
Remember, you said you weren't going to testify.
Several pieces of evidence were found in your office.
Oh, that doesn't get brought up till later. Fuck.
Take this list, for example.
I've spoiled the game. That's the list Emma Sky drew a picture on.
This was discovered in your desk.
My desk.
No,
Oh.
his. Not only that, but a piece of this jar that was sitting in your office
A jar.
was found inside your safe.
It was found where?
You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation.
Because you concealed the evidence.
Chief Gant! What is the meaning of this?
Oh, here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy, unless he's beaten him twice
Oh.
already.
But Worthy's not a defense attorney.
You know what I mean. So, you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that?
I don't think he was even working here at the time.
Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence.
Oh, you word-twisting piece of shit.
Prosecutors
Yep.
aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can
usually
do
are.
so too.
Oh boy, the setup
Isn't
here
that
is so-
right, Righto?
Oh, good. Just wait till we get to
Objection!
apologize.
Yeah, that's what I meant, Pedro.
However,
Okay.
Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation.
Yes, I mean, the whole
Worthy,
plot.
my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment.
Yes,
Oh.
he will lose his.
Yes, because the poor bastard doesn't have a hard time.
What?
Yes.
If Detective
Dick-
Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work.
No.
You might as well fire the poor bastard.
I can imagine what he's going to say now. He will be losing his dick.
Dun, 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 dun.
Imagine the detectives, whatever. Please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene.
Okay.
My.
My.
Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together.
Oh,
Well,
Back in my
allow
day.
me to show you how it's done with the logic mechanic, which
I
actually
know-
won't be making
I
its
know-
official debut until Ace Attorney Investigations.
I know how to put two and two together.
Let's
Okay.
see, what was it
Two
now?
plus-
A jaw fragment and a list. Huh,
2 plus
for
2
all I
equals
know.
4.
Quiet now. I'm explaining my logic. You could have planted them in my office. Anyway,
I'll
you
be right
can't
back.
prove when these pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Doc was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
All right.
Okay. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
When investigating the crime scene,
Yeah.
you should have been more careful to observe protocol.
Yep.
You do
Protocol
understand that I
this
am the chief of
motherfucker.
police, right? There will be consequences. Oh. Indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again.
My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know.
All right, Haji. In return, though...
I know. That place, right?
Oh, aren't they cute?
What? Are these guys telepathic? That's my
Yes.
gig!
By the way, Mr. Wright, examination, please. Hurry up. I ordered a
Hold it!
pizza.
I'd appreciate it if you stopped making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. You
On your hair.
wouldn't have the guts to do something like that.
Yeah, you got plenty of
What?
points. You got plenty of points. on
I'll
your
have
hair,
you
Mr.
know,
Wright.
back in the day, I once
Yeah.
broke into a cattle ranch and tipped.
But Mr. Wright, what are you saying?
Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're going to need it later. Later?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
We can't do it
What
now
else?
because.
I'm talking
reasons.
about when your fingerprints are found.
Oops.
Yes, if they're found inside my safe, they would prove your investigation was illegal.
This is illegal, you know.
I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. He's actually using the law against me.
Yeah, how dare he?
Who the fuck it?
How dare he press charges against you for breaking into his personal stuff?
Now, this is all purely hypothetical, but suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. Objection! If concealing evidence found in a crime scene isn't forgery, I'm not through speaking yet, Mr. Wright.
So shut
Yeah.
It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. If they
Now,
were found
please.
after Doc was convicted, then they're worthless. Hold it!
Please hurry up. These people think I'm cosplaying a Pokemon bad guy team.
Really? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list.
Well, actually,
For all we
Dwebs,
know, it could suddenly materialize the day after Doc was
It looks like
sentenced.
it looks like
Objection!
it looks like
Is
he's
that-
fit with Team Flare in X and
Oh,
Y.
and wouldn't that be convenient?
actually, Dwebs, his outfit reminds me a lot of Giovanni's outfit from the anime.
Right. The chief is talking
Really,
about the
Pedro? Giovanni's outfit was a bit casual. It was just a normal red tuxedo.
I mean, because of the orange.
I don't know.
Oh, he's talking about Giovanni from the movies and the anime, as opposed to the
Now
origins.
that's what I said.
Hold it!
Oh, no.
Hold it.
How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent.
Sure you are.
Sure you are.
Remember,
And also, you're wearing glasses. You're technically not looking at someone in the eye.
do you want me to give you the stare?
I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye.
Well,
So
demise, I
she's
guess.
going to jail for manslaughter.
Well, now do you see? Also, it doesn't help that Lana sort of concealed the crime because that may sort of up the severity of the charges. Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all of this. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have. Chief of Police.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, Stuart.
Wow,
Oh.
you came right as Tio burbed. The resolution of the SO9 incident secured your promotion to Chief.
But Jove, haven't you heard the legend? If an Italian and a Welsh person are in the same Skype call, the world ends.
Really?
Yeah.
And why hasn't the world ended with all our other calls? Anywho.
Are we stuck in limbo?
Oh,
The
that's
gods
a
are
good one.
inconsistent.
Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent?
Don't even make me,
What do you
don't even
mean?
make me go there.
Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. What sort of first boss do you take me for? The resolution of SO9 merely sped up the inevitable. Is that true, Ezra? Yes.
Yes, Phoenix, and
He
you
was
just
going
shoved your
to be
foot in
made
it.
chief anyway.
Wow, I was so distracted by this
Gah!
part. My battery almost ran out on my laptop.
Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might end up being the one pointed at. So, that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit
Don't tell us not
forgery.
to finger point. It's all we know, okay?
If you didn't do it
Yes.
for yourself, then you did it for someone else.
It turns out he and Dark were friends.
Don't be silly, Worthy. Or you, Dwibsy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and
And I.
Irene?
Not even close. There, it's out in the open now. Happy? Audrey, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little?
By all means, please do.
I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. Hold it! Nothing in it for you? Sorry,
Yes.
but the only person I care about is yours truly. That
What a
girl.
nice guy.
Don't you have a
Elizabeth's
wife?
sister, was it? Yes, I did have a wife. It's old history now under the bridge, and I'll never see our child ever again. But
He
you
has
may
a
meet
wife,
her.
you know.
You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough
Also,
on
thanks
crime
game
and
for
tough on people.
making me picturing again these bad guys having sex with someone. I truly appreciate that.
You seem to be
Hey,
lax.
there's gotta be a lot of evil women.
Oh, that's a good one, Worthy.
Katie Hopkins, anyone?
Yeah.
Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? True, you might not help out anyone for their sake,
An endless supply of fake tan.
but if it would
Maybe.
benefit you, you might decide to assist someone.
How do you reckon?
Mr. Wright, it appears you've positively determined to portray the chief as a nice
As
man who
an
likes to lend people a hand.
That's not what I mean.
Very
Georgie,
well.
been paying attention?
I'll ask. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence?
Take that!
Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky. The defendant?
I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events.
There's a series of unfortunate events by Lemony Snicket.
Who would
By
want to
Lemony
help
Wright.
her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. Think about it. That reason, of course, is self-profit.
Self-profit? What do you mean?
You know, profit, the thing that's usually at everyone's master plan.
Because,
Lana
you know,
Sky was
bad guys
appointed
have
chief prosecutor at the
massive
prosecutor's
egos.
office.
Yep.
The person who arranged the job change was you, Chief Gant.
But how would he profit from all of this?
He would also be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations.
What you mean unlimited power?
Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets?
Nobody says.
Oh, wait. You must mean puppets, as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind.
Admit it, Chief.
Judge, go home. You're drunk.
He's old. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. Your motive? To appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her.
Okay, this is the case where the judge started getting his own character.
Aito, my boy, you have quite an imagination.
Well, the thing is, this case was written after the first 3 games released on the GBA, so...
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, when it came to the English script, this was kinda technically the first, so... localization-wise, I guess?
I don't know.
For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana, she's keeping quiet to protect Emma. Dang it. There's no way she'd testify against Gant.
I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture.
Unless...
Like most of the cases before Wright was a thing.
that is also what happened to this incident.
This instance? Which one would that be?
Of course I'm talking about...
DLC.
The murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial.
Telling me.
Almost as if someone has been controlling her.
Gant's a hypnotist?
Maybe.
That would actually be an interesting...
Or he's a
Maybe
manipulative
Dweebs. Gant is purple, man.
I don't want to.
Controls using pheromones.
But this guy looks nothing like David Tennant. Just what do you mean?
What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Actually, that gives me an idea.
What?
What if there was actually an Ace Attorney case where it turns out that some of the witnesses are actually hypnotized to believe they saw something?
What?
Yeah! Now we've really stepped into the deep end.
Order! I said order! Mr. White, you can't be serious!
Not only are we accusing a high-level chief, but we are also accusing one of the judge's best friends.
This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency! To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder!
Jacques.
That's impossible!
Oh yeah, I should probably mention it. Another reason that I like this case and why another people like this case is because it also gives Udgy some more character, and actually giving him someone who's a friend of his.
Oh, nice one, Phoenix. You're just, barking everything to Edgeworth.
It's too late, Mr. Wright. Huh? There's no turning back for us now. Whatever dark hole we're going into, I'm dragging you with me. It looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this. So this is what it feels like.
And can you prove this, Mr. Wright?
Mr.
That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder?
Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
You may be a prosecutor, but me, I'm a man!
I see. Alright then. Show us this evidence that ties Detective Gant to the murder of Goodman. Just remember, it better be good.
When the judge gets all stoic like that, you know you've gotta play your A game.
The badge!
The badge!
Badge!
The badge shows the future and the past. You look into the middle of it.
Yeah.
Take that!
Shiny object! I must be a good guy.
This is the ID card list.
Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday.
It was a judge.
7777777. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number. It's your number.
Wow,
It's your number,
immediately.
Huh?
What? How do you know that?
The safe in
Because
Chief
we opened
Gant's
his safe
office
with it.
requires a code to open. A 7-digit code.
7 digits. You don't mean?
Yep.
I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7777777. Final Fantasy VII Remake confirmed. The same as the remaining
Illuminati
ID card
confirmed.
number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. I've got you cornered at last.
Order! Order! Chief Cat, what do you have to say?
Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations.
That's actually true.
And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law.
Yeah, we'll just give him a slap on the wrist. In fact, I'll do it now.
Right
actually.
now, this court demands an explanation from you about the
Wright?
use of this ID card.
Mr. Wright? Mr. Wright, slap on the wrist.
I'm guessing if I lose this court case, I'm gonna have to deal with that, Your Honor.
Chief Cat, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime?
Hey, actually, if he's in jail, he can't charge me. What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, mind you. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. I have that much power. Tell me,
How charming.
when you enter the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room.
I go to the bathroom alone. What I do there is none of your business.
Detective Goodman would never happen to have been with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he be?
Because you're,
I don't want to imagine. I don't want to
Objection!
imagine that sing thunder.
You haven't seen him in days? Chief Gant. I'm afraid you've just undone yourself.
Keep saying like that, Phoenix.
On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman.
Dun, dun, dun.
What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt.
Objection! No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to discuss the truth.
Am I even in charge of my own court here?
No, if Chief
guess
Gant
not.
went that day, then we need to determine one thing. What
Who's the phone that's
transpired
ringing?
during that meeting?
Okay, you know what? Fine. Edgeworth, you're the judge. I quit. In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Cat on the day of the crime.
Okay, G, calm down. Take your crazy pills.
Don't
well,
worry,
I thought
Your Honor. Don't worry,
Isn't
Your
Archie one
Honor.
of his best friends?
Who's got my bottle
Yes,
of
it is one
water?
of his best friends. This quite possibly may be Archie's worst day ever. Take
Who's-
that!
Who's got a bottle of water here?
I do.
Detective
Here.
Goodman lost his ID on
Thank
the
you.
day. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it.
Because Jake Marshall's a thief.
Who'd have thought that him stealing that would actually help out? So Detective Goodman filed out a lost item report. He would have had to have given that report to the Chief of Police. Yet, you are in possession of that report. Which means you can't be sure if he filed it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day.
I've actually got a bottle of water, so there you go. He needed to.
Yes, to transfer the evidence out.
Oh.
Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then,
As if by magic.
you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him.
Yes.
No other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on. Let me
and
guess
now
what you're
you-
going to say next. I, the Chief of Police, murdered poor Goodman.
That's exactly what we're saying.
But wait! The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card.
Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort. Objection!
Yeah, sure.
Archie, keep your mouth shut.
It's my court here, so you shut up!
Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. But You showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman,
It would have been used twice.
it would have been found on his body!
That too.
Oh,
No!
Ah!
Super Saiyan!
He went Super Saiyan.
Chief Guts, you didn't.
I did just summon lightning. Apologies for that.
Oh
The murder
shit.
was most likely committed on the spur of the moment. No one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder.
Maybe he wasn't in his right mind.
After the murder, you contacted one at the prosecutor's office, hence spur of the moment. Why else? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body. Objection! However, the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office's parking lot in you-know-who's car. How did he manage to move it there?
He's
I
he
was
can
at the
lift
police
things.
department the entire day, you know.
He can lift things with his mind.
Edgeworth, maybe you need to get a new car.
And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office for the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey you! Take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. You can't. You left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office.
I do
Yeah.
like his humor, I have to
Hey Felix, help
Yeah.
behind
Yeah.
this massive burger bill somewhere.
You can tell Damon gets one of those characters who loves to critique the methods of the usual ways cases go.
Mr. Wright, show us this evidence.
Another reason why I love turning my rice in the ashes. Anyway, to move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this!
The badge!
No, this! A screwdriver! The same screwdriver that was found in April May's drawer.
Why?
AI-16 is written on the tag. That means it has nothing to do with the current case.
And yet you're presenting it.
You'll see. Take that! This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body!
A screwdriver.
What?
What's that? A screwdriver?
It's not Sonic, so it doesn't
What does that
work.
have to do with this case?
Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here?
The,
Yeah,
doc-
because...
the doctor had to use it because
No way! I was asked to go. My chief can't know this.
the doctor hadn't his sonic screwdriver anyway, so he had to use that one.
He told me he wanted to keep it at the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back to the prosecutor's office. No, after the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did, because Chief Gant asked you to. You mean
Aye.
The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car!
Dun, dun, dun.
Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
And Edgeworth didn't notice the stench of the corpse.
Yeah, it's probably because he had the trunk all
Maybe
sealed
they
up.
stuck an air freshener in there, I don't know.
The bodies take a while to
Chicken
smell.
shit.
Hey, my car smells rosier today for some reason. I wonder why.
Maybe Edgeworth is a very
Plausible
dirty person and leave his car always messy.
Anywho, to transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Sky!
Dun, dun, dun.
It's a well thought out plan.
Order! What's going on here?
It's me.
Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations?
Outrageous accusations. This is where he calls it outrageous
We've just thrown
accusations.
countless evidence at you and you're saying that they're outrageous?
I get the feeling he really doesn't like the idea of one of his best friends being found a murderer.
I get that, but he should be... He should be unbiased. It's his job.
But Miss Sheward, don't you understand? He's my only friend.
Don't worry, Your Honor. I'll be your friend.
Phoenix
Chief
is your
Gant,
friend.
please say something.
I believe.
Oh no.
I need to kill an
time's
attorney.
up.
Wait, what?
My time's up.
Sorry, Rhino.
Yeah, I
but
need
I'm
a cigarette
having lunch
break.
with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're going to make it in time for the early bird special. Objection! But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier. A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Like this one.
Weapons?
Judge?
Well, at least he
The
doesn't
right
have
to
a
refuse
stunt
to
woman.
testify. I'm invoking that right now.
Judge, can't you see that he's,
That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
Objection!
can't you see that he's obviously evil?
Sorry, Roy, we can't judge based on looks. Remember that gag from Hoodwinked?
No, I'm not judging on looks, I'm judging on everything he just said.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Judge, he's threatening us.
Unfortunately, federal law and all that stuff, yo.
Actually, he's been threatening us since the beginning of this part.
Fine. Tell you what, I'll give you a free shot at me. If you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now.
Actually, it's called build-up.
Well,
This is a game.
You think I had law to dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. Go on, take the shot.
I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well,
All right.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor.
do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Skye dispose of the body?
Do I have any concrete proof?
No, you don't.
It's
Now
no use
it's time
showing
for the
evidence.
badge.
I'm not even sure myself. No, Your Honor.
Uh,
At present, I
Mia,
have
you
no
can pop in at
conclusive
any time now.
evidence.
No, Sierra. Me'll just make things worse.
Mia knows nothing about this incident, so I don't think she'll be much help.
In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your accusations against the chief.
Oh.
What?
By how much?
I don't gamble unless the stakes are high.
Mr.
It
Wright,
seems
give me
that
your...
Lady Luck was on my side again. I really like that keyblade. Okay,
Mr. Wright,
Ozzy,
give me-
I'll leave the rest to you.
Mr. Wright, give me your wrist.
No, Your Honor, no!
There. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency.
No, not the
Law
penalty. No, not the
enforcement
penalty.
agency.
Ah! Objection!
He said law twice, by the way, there,
Lady
Judge.
Luck, maybe we should have a word with her.
Yeah, law enforcement agency. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean?
There's only one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial.
Okay.
But she won't tell you.
We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth. Another witness! In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify.
Phoenix,
Phoenix-
Someone else.
Chief Gant isn't a woman.
yeah.
More witness
At least
who
for all
can
we know.
answer all the questions. Oh god, dear. Well raised in this trial.
Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person?
Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten?
That lunch lady person?
The defense is the one calling witnesses today. And
gee,
you should
thank
know
you,
because
Edward.
it's really, really freaking obvious.
Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? Excuse me?
You may not be willing to tell the truth. But that doesn't mean I can't just drag it out of her. And we can't just stop now. Yes,
Don't
Your
stop
Honor.
me
The
now.
defense calls for... Not that one.
Gumshoe.
Yeah,
Gumshoe's a
Yeah,
woman.
You never know.
Take that!
Might be. The defendant, Miss Lana Sky?
She
Sure,
was
why
in
not?
the underground parking lot at 5:15 on February 21st.
Oh, great. Oh, great. We're going to get such a great testimony out of her.
Would a testimony be that fun if it was so easy in an Ace Attorney game? In accordance with a certain someone's orders.
Okay. This will be a testimony, guys. Ready? There.
Yeah. Luckily, at least this court requires you say something. The prosecution has no
Okay. Here's what she say. Fuck off, and there you go. Very well. The court will now take its final.
I'm telling you nothing because I'm a selfish bitch.
In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in
Hold on.
Oh, fuck. Huh? Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat.
Is lunch over already?
Listen, good Lana. He's talking to Lana.
Judge, this person is clearly harassing the defendant.
Oh, but don't you know, I'm just issuing a fateful statement since we're about to go into recess. If you testify, there will be terrible consequences.
Judge, are you not seeing this?
That's right.
Please be subtle.
Evil!
Allow me to explain.
What do you need? What do you need? Do you need a fucking lightning bolt every time he utters a word?
Pedro, we already had the lightning bolt.
Neon-like arrows that point to.
Basically, your sister will be found guilty. There, I'm not really threatening you, I'm just reminding you that your sister will be found guilty. And, oh, just something to think about. All
I mean,
right,
even Puzzlette put her hands up to make demon horns. Even she knows she's evil. I don't.
Good.
Okay, if
No,
there aren't
that's
any
how
further
just
objections.
disturbed. Okay.
If there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess.
Well, how do you explain the demon horns she makes with her hands, then, Shuri?
She's just
Perky.
twisted.
She's a troll.
Mm.
Who likes battering insects.
So, yes,
Anyway,
folks, we begin the final endgame in the next part.
see you then.
See ya.